welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I'm Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, this is my review recap for Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup. You know, problems you didn't know you had. Season 5, episode 17. Child, I'm just going to keep it real with y'all, okay? I fell asleep, okay? I was knocked the hell out, y'all. I had my drinks ready, my snacks ready, and I was watching 1 minute, and the next minute it was watching me. I said, oh, shoot, what time is it? What's going on? What's happening? Okay, I could have had a V8. I needed an energy drink because this damn episode was dry as hell, y'all, okay? But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and get into it. You know, Melissa was over here, child, trying to get her nose done, okay, chin done, everything done. She want to, you know, of course, set Louis up with a job, tell him the difference between a career and a job and what she gonna need him to do. Mama Donna done came down there too, and baby, she was giving Terminator, okay, I'll be back. And over on the other side of town, we had Britney and Ky-Rock still basically going through the same old damn arguments, okay? Can't last 5 minutes without arguing when we get alone in the car. And Ky-Rock is still stressed out about his brother. Ain't a damn thing changed, okay? The story is now becoming about him and all his problems. Joy and freaking Red, y'all. Red trying to run for the damn hills, okay? Red said, I gotta get the hell up out of here, okay? I've been here for long enough time for me to go back home and see my damn family. And we had her family questioning, you know, what kind of man is he? What is he trying to do? What is he there with his, you know, they sister for? And, you know, how he don't need to be disrespecting her. We all gonna pretend to be shocked that Red is actually behaving like the trash that he is, okay? Like we ain't know already. Quin and Sioban, you know, Quin, you know, they want to make it official and have him adopt her daughter, you know, and we want to see, one, is the father going to be able to come with anything, and two, is me being a felon going to have any type of effect on how this adoption, you know, can possibly go through. Lindsay over here proposing to freaking Blain, and Blain is looking at her like that meme, okay, where he's like, but of course, you know, we ended out with him saying yes. Was I the only one that was waiting and wanting and pleading, okay, for a chance to get his ass beat? I wanted to see homeboy toss him up, down, left, right, side to side, and all around, okay? Drag him and stomp him out like the Hulk did Loki. I would have been happy with it, y'all. I would have loved to see it. Was I by myself? Let me know. Put it in the comments. But ain't a damn thing happened with that either, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this episode. Break it on down. Take it from the top. You know how we do. And shout out to Auntie's Advice, you know, who gave me a shout out the other day. And a lot of nieces and nephews and cousins came on through in the den, and I so appreciate y'all for coming. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome to you. Glad to have you. You know, we gonna have a funky good time, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into this episode, y'all. Wasn't really much to it in my opinion, okay? So we basically, of course, Britney and Ky-Rock, let's just get them out the way. You know, she meets up with her friend Shayla, who is telling her, girl, you always surrounding everything around Ky-Rock. Like, that's all fine and dandy what's going on with him and his family and his brother. That's sad. That's unfortunate. But you have a family, too. When the heck are you going to go talk to your family? You know, anything can happen in this life, and you don't want to end up all alone where you don't have nobody and no other support system. You know, Britney already starts out telling us that Shayla is really the only one, or Shay is really the only one that be having her back. You know, she has known her since she was about 15, 16 years old. She goes hard for her, and Shay had to tell her, like, don't get mad at me from what I'm about to say, but you need to go see your grandma. Like, that's fine, you being there with Ky-Rock and his mom, and, you know, him dealing with the situation with his brother, but girl, what that got to do with you? I said, okay, now, Shay, break it down for her, okay? Because we literally sat here and watched Britney become a beauty school dropout, okay? And give up everything, talking about she want to chase behind damn Ky-Rock. And it's turned into a situation where we're not even really so much seeing her and Ky-Rock's relationship, but more so the stuff with his mom and her being sick and what she's been through, and the brother and now his damn, you know, supposed drug addiction or whatever the case may be. And it's less and less about them. And then when they do get together, all they do is argue. So it's like, is there even really a relationship here, y'all? Okay, do we know where we going to? Do we like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Because it's looking like it's nowhere damn fast to me. Okay? But nonetheless, I guess she has a conversation with Ky-Rock, and they decide that he's actually going to go on this trip with her. She is going to go see her grandmother. And of course, we had to get permission for our probation officers before we go. And we got that. So we on the road, we say goodbye to bro. We telling him that he needs to be calling 2 and 3 times a day, checking in, letting them know where he at and all of that. We giving mama a hug. But then when we on the road, outside of us making up a little rap song about being stuck in traffic and us seeming like we laughing and giggling about our first road trip, it doesn't last long because we get a call from mama where she's like, I'm worried about brother. He done left out of here stomping and slamming and, cursing and whatever else and carrying on. And Ky-Rock is saying that he's really feel like he's split between 2 places, and he's also guilty with just leaving his mom altogether. And we know that this is something that he does suffer with. He's been very open about the fact that because he was incarcerated, he was not around with her during the time when she was dealing with everything with her cancer and getting therapy and all of that. And that's understandable. And at the end of the day, honestly, he really didn't have to go with Britney. She could have went on her own. Like, y'all not connected by the hip. It's okay for y'all to have your own identities, even though y'all in a relationship together. But nonetheless, I digress, moving right along. And so, we decide that we're going to go on this trip together, but really you're feeling torn about being there. And so Britney starts to, of course, get in her feelings and now turn into, I have gave up things for you. I've been devoted to you and all of that. She's like, basically telling him that his mom and his brother was going to be okay. And he was like, do you know that? And she's like, well, no, I don't know that 100% for sure. Of course, there's no way for me to know that, but that's my hope. And that should be your hope too. We should just basically have a positive attitude about it. And at the end of the day, there's really nothing that you can do for him. And this is not going to be a change that's going to come overnight. She's right. It's not like you could snap your fingers. I mean, we all wish we could, but that's not how life works. And so basically she then tells him to pull over and let them switch, because she like, you don't need to be driving when you're in that state of mind and you're, in a bad mood or whatever the case may be. It's not good for you to be behind the wheel this way. If your mom calls back, or if you want to call your mom, you could go ahead and talk to her, and I could be the one that's driving. And that turns into a damn argument, okay? And then he's offended that, she says, well, you got a chance to be with your family and see your family since you've been out. I have not got a chance to do that with mine. And it's like, yeah, well, that's why we're in the road in the first place. And, oh, well, now you're going to make it about you. And do you have a son that's addicted to drugs, or, a brother, whatever, that's addicted to drugs? And now it's like if we're in a damn competition of who has the worst situation or who needs, the most help. And it's like, well, what exactly are you going through that you need somebody to be there for you? And it really should not have even turned into that. And now we telling her to pull over to the side of the road in the middle of the damn highway, but we gonna be sarcastic and be like, yeah, when you can pull over, because I gotta get up out of here. Of course, don't pull over somewhere where it's gonna be dangerous or it's gonna get me killed or anything. So then we get out and we walk in the side of the damn road, and she just over here shaking her head or whatever. And once we are able to speak back, with mom again or whatever, now we in a good mood. We get back in the car and we hugging and kissing and we acting like, reunited and it feels so good. I said, child, I can't keep up with y'all and y'all shenanigans. Seriously, as much as I'm happy that we not hearing about the baby no more, because we know that's the other argument between them that they always have, I honestly don't see these two making it, and I don't even think we should be thinking about marriage, kids, or any of that other stuff anytime damn soon. We both need to be working on ourselves. Moving on from there, Melissa and Louis, child, him and his mama got there, okay? And Melissa apparently, allegedly, bought a whole new brand damn house, okay? She done moved out the house that we last saw, wink, 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 right? And got a new one that's bigger because she felt like that one was going to be too small for her and Louis, and she's trying to set it up, and she's worried about how, Donna's going to come in and the way she's going to look at it and be talking about it or whatever. And Louis is busy telling Donna at the same time, like, Mom, when you get in there, don't be saying nothing crazy. Watch your mouth. Don't be talking about the place. Try to be nice. And she's like, I haven't even said anything yet, and I haven't even got a chance to get in there. Well, Mama, we know how the hell you are. So we giving you the warning before you get there, okay? So now we there, whatever. We come in, we get the tour of the place and the bedroom and the house, and we finding out that there's another room that could be potentially his exercise room where she got the little, weights and stuff at, and we find out that Louis is actually like, that's perfect because I'm actually thinking about going and being a personal trainer, and we basically gonna trash that because why not? Okay, we Melissa. So we trashing that like, no boy, you ain't doing no damn personal trainer. That ain't no career, okay? So we gonna have a whole argument of what the difference between careers and jobs is and what's gonna get money and what's not and all of that within 5 minutes of him walking in the door. Of course we saying we already got something that's set up for him as far as him going on an interview. So she was saying, because mama was like, girl, what's in here to cook? Okay, I need to cook my boy something. He got to eat some food. And she said, well, I actually just put pasta on. Mama said, I know it ain't the damn pasta in the jar, girl. And Melissa was like, I'm not making no homemade sauce, right? I said, girl, don't have to be homemade. But yeah, you still could do better than what the hell you've been doing, okay? This spaghetti look dry as hell. I'm just saying, okay? But we gonna go ahead and we gonna sit down to eat or whatever. And, all things considered, it don't seem so bad as we are just getting this start and having, Donna, Melissa, and him there or whatever, right? And we are quickly trying to get Donna up out of here. Like, okay, that's all, folks. We ate, send her on her way, pack her up, ship her out. We got the Uber coming to pick her up or whatever the case may be. She's going over to some other family. Don't call me, I'll call you or whatever. And of course, Melissa can't wait to get him back into the room so they could do the whoop-de-whoop-de-woo, right? And so, they pretty much was just like, we're gonna, see you later, right? Child, the next day, why we seeing Louis on the toilet? We TV y'all trash. Why the hell did we need to see Louis sitting on the toilet with, Melissa going back and forth with him, questioning him about what he's doing, and we talking about how we need to have a schedule for the damn bathroom. And, if he's going to be doing a number 1 or 2, she have to know about that and have to be able to tell him whether she have time for it and all this other stuff. I said, what are we doing here? Like, why do we need to see this? And what the hell are you talking about, Melissa? Y'all not going to last either, child. If he got to make an appointment to use the damn bathroom, if you was going to get a bigger damn place, then you should have got one that had 2 freaking bathrooms in it. Because ain't no way. And my Anita Baker voice, like, what are we even conversating about right now? So then we go from that to this whole argument because, of course, Louis has things in mind that he wants for himself, and she has the whole him going for this CDL and becoming a truck driver. And he's like, I don't want to spend my time just driving around for hours on the road. That's not what my dream is. Like, I want to go for what I'm interested in or whatever, right? And I understand what he's saying. On one hand, you got to kind of take whatever you could get and start somewhere, and then maybe later on you can move on to your bigger dreams. It is a lot to be a CDL driver. I know a lot of people in my family and loved ones and friends and stuff that don't do that job. Definitely takes a toll on you. Definitely, to me, has to be something that you are interested in. I also understand her saying, I just want you to be able to get money. Right now, you ain't got nothing at all. And things of that nature. But at the same time, girl, Melissa, we all know the only reason why you don't want him to do the personal trainer is because you worried about him possibly meeting beautiful women. You over here telling him, well, that's what would be okay for him to do if he gets somebody that's 65 and older, and he could give a senior citizen discount because you too damn threatened by anybody that's under that age because you're talking about him having some damn Jersey housewives. And it's like, girl, that part of her just freaking really irks me, right? So at this point, when we arguing back and forth, Mama done pat back up, okay? She said, child, I told you I'll be back. She got the damn donuts. And he was like, no, nobody told you to come back. Like, what the hell are you doing here? You were supposed to wait for me to call you. We didn't know you was coming. And she like, well, everybody in the damn block done heard y'all freaking arguing. What are y'all even arguing about? Let's all sit down and have this conversation together. And I'm like, Mama, this ain't your conversation to have. But she said, Tamika, girl, I'm going to have it anyway. I said, okay, girl. So we literally had 2 sides of the same damn coin. He's getting married. If he does choose to marry or stay with Melissa, he literally got a reincarnation of his damn mama, and that's why they don't get along, child. So they have went from like hanging up clothes and just having this conversation, and him saying that he wanted to be, a personal trainer, and her saying you need something more mature. And I'm like, well, how are you saying a personal trainer is not mature? Like I said, we know that Melissa's just trying to say all these different things, but the real biggest issue she have is her being worried about him being with other women. And that's going to be a problem no matter what, girl. That's going to be a problem with the CDO too, because that's just an issue that you have. So it's like, who's fooling who right about now? So when they sit down to this table, Mama's like, well, what exactly are y'all two arguing about? What are you saying versus what he's saying? And Mama's telling her, well, you really have to be patient with him. At the end of the day, he's not going to just be able to get a job just like that, like you can, and be able to make money right off the back. Of course, because he has this record and all of that, it's going to take him a little bit longer, and certain things he's not going to be eligible for. Mama's right? No lies detected there. And so, but he's saying that he already have certain plans and things that he want to do, as well. And she's like, yeah, but the things he's saying is not realistic or whatever. So then Mama's asking him, like, what exactly is it that you are trying to do, right? And I know he said personal training. I forgot what the other thing was. And here go Melissa. Oh, well, you might as well just say you want to be an astronaut. So basically she's telling him that everything he's saying is pipe dreams and it's not going to happen. And he's like, well, what's the difference between what I'm trying to do and you turning around and wanting to spend for 2 different damn surgeries, one for your nose and one for your chin? And she talking about some damn, oh, well, it's a big difference or whatever. That's to make me look better and to make me feel good about myself. And you should want me to feel good about myself. I'm like, how are we comparing surgeries with jobs? And at the end of the day, I mean, you should want him to feel good about himself too and do what he loves, what he feels like he wants to do and that he would love to do, if we really being honest. And then when we asking her how much this damn surgery costs, is $11,000 for the nose and $5,000 for the chin. But we like, well, I spend money on your teeth, okay, and them damn teeth was two sizes too big for your freaking mouth. That made me laugh at all this hell, I ain't gonna lie. And I still had to look at you that way. Meanwhile, when he was on the toilet, she was even like, where's your teeth at? I said, yo, they a freaking mess, right? So his mama was like, but his teeth needed to be fixed. She like, well, my face needs to be fixed. So then, he's basically saying, what if I'm not attracted to you no more? Like, I see no problem with you. I like the way that you look now. And you may have a whole different look if you go through all of this, right? And so, of course, that's when she was telling him, I had to deal with your damn, mouth being, your teeth being too big and all of that. So nonetheless, when they heard about these prices, Louis and his mama was like, no, are you freaking crazy? Like, you don't need that or whatever. And, that is something that could become an addiction or whatever, right? And so she just kept going on and on about how she paid for the teeth and how he should want her to be happy about it. So nonetheless, she goes to the doctor. They give her the breakdown. They tell her, somebody would have to come with you. You would be put in underneath anesthesia, and, you would need to basically be able to have somebody be there with you for like that night, and then you should be okay, right? And they would have to pick you up. So they said any questions, that she could go ahead and hit them up again. And she was like, okay, cool. Next up, Lindsay and Blain, because again, wasn't much there. Lindsay was, I love you. I love looking into your eyes. I love how the light, gleams on you. I love how you take care of my daughter, how you take care of me, how you've been here for me. You the best thing since cooked rice. I want to be a mother to your son. I want to be so much more than just a stepmother, by name. And we gonna go ahead and pull out the damn chain and we gonna propose to Blain. And Blain was like, what? Like, ain't nobody say this. Oh shit, she really putting me on the spot. She asking me to marry her. Damn, the cameras is here. That's what Blain was giving me, right? But he says, I love it. He was like, I love you. I wasn't expecting this right now. I know it's something that we talked about, but I didn't know that this was going to happen. But this is going to be our next step. Lindsay saying how she's going to rush to get married. She don't want to wait. She don't want no damn year-long, engagement. She want this done right away. When the producers ask her, are you just doing this because you want somebody to be there once you get locked up? She talking about, nah, what are y'all talking about? Of course not. Like, if that's the case, I would have just went and got me somebody rich. I said, okay, Lindsay, girl, whatever. Like, do we even care? We really don't, because Blain and Lindsay, in my opinion, didn't even need to come back to begin with. But, whatever. All right. And so moving on from there, we also had Quin and Sioban, who, like I said, it is just mainly about them wanting to do this adoption. You know, his mom seemed shocked out of her damn mind that this was even a conversation or a thought. She's like, you know, getting married is one thing, but you over here saying you want to be somebody's damn father legally is a whole different thing. Do you really think you're ready for that? And he was like, that's what I've been doing this whole time anyway, so what would be the difference? It's just basically becoming legal on paper. And so she was like, well, how does her father feel about this? And he was like, I don't give a damn. How was he feeling all this time that he haven't been around and haven't been in her life? And she was like, yeah, I guess so. You know, basically he says this is the point of them going to see the lawyer. They are trying to look into whether this is even an option for them and what access, you know, he would be able to have, being as though he's a felon. And she's like, oh, I'm really worried about this. I didn't know he was going into this, and I didn't know he was thinking about seriously becoming, you know, officially her adopted father, whatever the case may be. Like, marriage is one thing, but him adopting her legally is something else. I mean, I guess I could get the point that mama is making too. But at the end of the day, if he is marrying her, he's been taking care of her already. You know, even when they broke up, he still had a relationship with her. He still has been in her life, and she still seems to really have a bond with him, even though I'm one that's always the first one to talk about not bringing these kids around these men and telling them to call them daddy and all that other stuff. It does seem like he's being a real one with this, as far as long as we see so far with our eyes, right? That's all we could really go by. Hopefully, God willing, nothing else comes out about him later in the blogs. And so, honestly, I don't see too much of problems between him and Sioban. It's their parents that's a damn freaking hot ass mess that they need to really get under control. But I don't see an issue with them two so far. So when they do go to the lawyer and they talk to the lawyer was like, yeah, daddy definitely has rights. He would have to sign off his rights. He would have to okay this. It's not something that can be done without him. And we say, yeah, that may be an issue, right? It may have seemed okay for him not to be around all this time, but if I send him legal documentation that's basically saying that I want you to give up your rights, then he may be in his feelings and he may come back with something and be like, oh, well, now she's trying to take my daughter away, or whatever the case may be. And we also may have some issues with you being a felon. The judge definitely can look over that, and he would be the one to make the final decision and say whether this adoption could go through or not. But Quin is basically saying that if he got to fight, he's here to 100% fight, okay, according to him. So I said, okay, Quin, we'll see what happens with that, child. Moving on from there, Janome and Red. Janome and Red, of course, the family was supposed to be meeting up with them. You know, we go to this park, we meet them or whatever, and we want to know, you know, what are you about? What is your plans? You know, we kind of talking to our sis on the side while he playing with Sway or whatever, saying what's going on. And of course, Janome is bringing up her concerns and her worries and the fact that he got these other girls on the phone. So now when we talking to him, we like, yo, what's up with that? Why you got, you know, these other girls? Like, she goes to the bathroom and we saying we like to have a conversation with you. We don't like what we hearing from our sister that you got other girls on the phone. And he over here talking about, yo, I'ma just keep it real with y'all. Like, you know what I mean? In my defense, this was chicks that I just wanted her to see. Like, yeah, I was talking to them when I was locked up or whatever, and these are different friends. But at the end of the day, even though I had all these options, I chose you. And they like, what? And I'm like, what? And everybody at home that's watching is like, what? Like, he really believes what he's saying, y'all. I honestly think he believes what he's saying, and he ain't got the sense that God gave a daggone roach, because we have to keep remembering that this boy, because that's what he still is to me, he has the mind of a child, okay? He's, in his mind, he's not that much older than her damn son Sway is, if we being honest. He has been locked up from when he was 20 to when he was 30, give or take. He has not experienced anything, so of course when he get out, that's what the hell he gonna do. I don't know why we acting like we freaking shocked about it. And the fact that he acting like she's supposed to bend over backwards and do freaking backflips and skip to my damn loo and be so happy because he quote unquote chose her, tells you everything that you need to freaking know. Then to top it off, he was like, oh yeah, I'll leave on my trip tomorrow. And they was like, trip tomorrow? He was like, yeah, I'm going back home. My sister bought my ticket for me. And when she get back over there, she gonna act like this was never brought up to her, and she in such damn shock. And she gonna talk about oh, well, I can't take off from work. I got responsibilities and priorities, and I got sway. Girl, nobody invited you. Nobody invited you. Nobody asked about you coming. Nobody wanted you to come. Nobody said you should come. Like, you was not a thought, Janomi. And he told you last week episode that, yes, ma'am, I'm going, and this is something I'm doing on my own that my sister bought me the ticket for because you work, because I know that you cannot just pick up like that, and I know that's Sway got school. So why are we trying to act like we were surprised about it in front of our damn sisters, and we so hurt, and they talking about how sensitive you are and how emotional you are and how he got to take you into more consideration and not disrespect you. And yes, I agree, he should not be disrespecting you, but you should not be allowing the disrespect, and you already started off on the wrong foot doing the wrong damn things and put yourself in this situation in the first place. So I can't feel bad for you, sis. I just can't. And we get back to the house, and he packing up, and it's like, oh, I wish I could trust you. And he's like, yeah, I wish you could trust me too. And you ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm coming back, and my PS5 is here, so I'm going to come back. That proves it, and all of this. And then she's basically like, make sure you say bye to Sway before you leave or whatever. And, we over here hugging it out. Well, we ain't even hug it out this time, honestly. He was trying to be like, oh, I love you and all of that, and she ain't even say nothing back. She went walking down the hall, and he was like, you don't love me too? So, I don't know, child, but I really didn't think that little boy was sleeping. You know how sometimes kids will try to pretend they sleep, so I don't know if he was pretending he was sleep on his own, or if they told him, yo, pretend you sleep to daddy, come up in the room, okay? But the way he went in there was like, Sway, and he got up with just the cutest little smile on his face. He's adorable, though, and he come following him and talking about bye daddy or whatever, and locking the door up, and then he went on his way. Child, moving on from them, Taylor and Chance. Child. Taylor was out with Bobby. Bobby over here now. She the one planning the wedding. How ironic it was that the last time these two was together in a wedding shop, we was trying to pick out a dress for a damn Taylor, but now Taylor have been basically having that on hold for all this time. And we get into a conversation, she gets a little emotional. Okay, I just thought I was gonna have a chance, and now I don't even know. That question is so hard for me to answer. It's really not, girl. It's really not. It ain't hard. Bobby was like, are you still going to try to marry Chance? Like, is this still something that you want? And Bobby made a great point. Like, the longer you take and the longer this relationship goes, the more bullcrap that's going to freaking be coming along with it. And at the end of the day, it's just going to be a worse breakup. Like, the damn answer. You're holding on talking about, I'm still trying to give Chance a chance. A chance for what, girl? The only chance he needs is to open up a freaking garbage can and throw himself in it where he freaking belong, girl. Ain't nothing happening with Chance. He's not going to change anything. What you see is what you get, and you have accepted it for this long, and you had a whole damn baby from him. I'm so happy that you didn't marry him. At least you had a little bit of sense where that was concerned, but I wish you would have had more sense with having a damn child with him that's going to connect y'all for the rest of y'all lives, because he ain't about shit, sis. Like, what are we talking about? And then we get over to this bar, and now all of a sudden Chance was able to borrow money from a friend to pay back the other damn friend that's coming to hunt him damn down. And he all shook, okay, shaking in his boots, scared for his life, okay, trembling, having panic attacks, anxiety attacks, feeling like he about to pass out. He don't know whether he going left, right, side to side, up, down, middle, okay, underneath the damn ground, all of it, okay? And the guy finally get there and is like, oh my God, he's here. Yeah, that's him. And he coming in, yo, what's going on? This ain't no social call, and I don't want to be introduced to nobody. You got my money. Do I need to count it? Oh no, you ain't got to count it. This all day. And then he's like, yeah, well, I want to see you outside. Step outside. So Chance go ahead and step outside with him. And he is basically like, I should have never had to come after you. I shouldn't have to be asking you about nothing. You should have had my shit ready. You should have been a man of your word. Meanwhile, we got people peeking around the corner. Okay, peekaboo, I see you. We got the cameramen and them trying to freaking film and all of that, and them telling them to back up, and Chance saying, I told y'all not to get too close. And I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? Meanwhile, I'm hearing you say, oh, this ain't a game and all of that. But to me, it is a game, sir, because if you was really about it, you would have already been ran up on Chance and wouldn't have took you this damn long. And not only that, you would have beat his ass. You would have dumped him in the freaking trash. Even if this was fake and phony, which I think it is, I would have still loved to see it. Like, why are we standing outside having a whole debate of what he could have, would have, should have did? And you got your money, sir. Walk your ass on home and go home about your damn business, because you playing in our face now. You over here, to the We TV people. You gonna just get your ass locked back up if you touch any of them, and they gonna have proof of it on camera. So what are we really talking about? Like, why are we putting on a show but saying it's not a show? Because that's what it's giving me, sir. It's giving me very much fake, phony, and for the damn show. But Chance, I feel like I'm about to pass out. I'm so scared. I'm so sorry. That's not what I meant to do. And I know better now. And I was trying to fix it and do what I got to do. And it won't happen again. He over here. How can I trust you? How can I believe anything you say to me? You should have never did that. You got to stand 10 toes down and pull yourself up by your bootstraps and all of this and that. Take your behind home. And then when they still was following behind him with the cameras, like I said, he over here like somebody supposed to be so scared doing a damn jump and talking about, I told y'all back up and stay the hell away from me. This is not a game right now. I said, sir, you a damn bigger damn joke than freaking Chance, okay? Get out of my damn face with that, because you ain't do shit. All right? You got your damn money. Goodbye. Good riddance. Hopefully we don't see you no more. And hopefully we don't see Chance no more. And Taylor, go ahead and run for the damn hills, okay, child? Because why are y'all wasting our freaking times with this? So, y'all, that was basically the episode. I believe I talked about everybody. I made sure I jotted down the names. We had Britney and Ky-Rock, Melissa and Louie, Joy and Red, Lindsay and Blain, Quin and Sioban, and of course Chance and Taylor. I want to make sure I didn't leave nobody out, because I do realize last week I left out Aries and Cameron, and it wasn't much to their damn story, if we being honest, okay? That is giving me very much fake and phony too in some of the ways, probably a lot of the ways. Of course, he was in the doghouse for him going to the strip club and having girls shaking their behinds all up and down and riding on him. And he decided to pay for them to, like, go do the photo shoot, okay? And it was cute, I guess. Her daughter's adorable. I just absolutely love her. And I hope that some way, somehow, them two can make it work, because they're another example of somebody bringing a damn man around their child and having a whole new baby from them. And so, we had $500 to spend on the photo shoot, and that was supposed to make up for the whole situation that went down with the strip club thing, and we was all supposed to still be moving into, our new place. And so, of course, you guys, if I forgot anything in here, put it down in the comments. We'll talk about it down there. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, what you rate this. Was you here for these couples? You're not here for these couples? Is there anybody that you even give a damn about? Is there anybody you feel like is real? Anybody you feel like is phony? Whatever it is, put it in the comments. We'll talk about it down there. Give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you are so inclined. Whoo, child, I'm a hot mess of it all, okay? Until next time, y'all, we will talk again. Toodaloo.